Hi Netrunners, welcome. I'm Krystian.
I'm Nick.
And this is Netrunning with Teamworkcast. This is Koblenz, a beautiful city, and this is a beautiful store inside Koblenz called Zeitgeist. And this is the 20th of July, a good night kick tournament, round number 3. I'm sitting on the left, and on the opposite side is my good old friend Garion. Garion.
You guys should not be allowed to use the same playmat.
We are just both such huge fans of Jackson Howard. By the way, this mat you can order at inkedplaymats.com if you want to. And if you do, then you will support this actual podcast.
I now own 3 playmats, and I need to start playing Netrunner in the real world more often than I do with Octagon.
You probably should, yeah. I wonder if you can get this mat for Octagon. That would be great.
That would be awesome. I mean, you've got the PNG. You can just make it.
I should look into it. Anyways, I am on the left. I am playing HB Engineering the Future, or Ends the Fun. And Garion today is playing Noise.
Noise. This is like cruising for easy wins.
Noise? This is pre-Nationals Noise. So there is no cash out yet, I think. So we're going to see the evolution of Noise if you compare this Noise to the Noise from the Nationals. Of course, Garion also, a person who didn't make it in the top 16 like I did, neither I did. So this is not quite as high level of a tournament as you're used from the Nationals. I think at this point we are still waiting for the go. Because the round hasn't started yet. There is often like this kerfuffle surrounding around when to start, when you can start playing and stuff like that.
There's always kerfuffle about trying to get my fan out of my window.
Yeah.
Well, let's not talk about what just happened. I was almost kidnapped by a dragon.
By a dragon?
Yes, it was the dragon on your playmat.
Goddamn dragons.
I just dropped some acid. This shit's gonna get real.
This is bad country. We're not supposed to stop you. Yes, the waiting game. We play the waiting game.
So here's where I would normally interject off-topic banter in order to lighten the mood of the space between waiting.
But you're not supposed to talk about our beautiful shields.
Yes, Smurf shields, yellow, Disney-inspired.
I would like to point out that I have violet shields and he has blue ones.
Okay.
There is a difference there. I install an ISO out of HQ and install a card in a server.
I think that people might have words for you about this distinction.
Which are?
Very stylish and thoughtful man.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Garion, and I guess I'm not sure what I did. I think I drew a card. Garion does a sure gamble and runs on my HQ because it is open like a...
That was a restructure, wasn't it?
That was a restructure that he saw.
We need to talk about some high-level commentary during this Jackson Howard run.
So he trashes Jackson Howard. Would you do that so early on?
I would, because well, maybe not. Because if you started planning for it, but then it would be... Yeah, I think that's the best run to do.
It's kind of difficult. But of course he has a money card right immediately, which I think... now he covered everything up in this card, so we're not exactly sure. But I think it is Armitage code busting that he just got out there.
It looked with all those 2s there, then yes. I would say.
Yeah, it's Armitage. And there's another
He's
Jackson.
Back! The world is ours.
He's like... Backstreet Boys, he's back.
You know, right. I have to say that I wish you had printed a couple of the word is ours, just so I could buy one off of you. You know,
the word. Yeah, I did a misprint in the original design where it says the word is yours.
I just wish that somebody had printed them, and it's like, oh, here's my misprint Jackson Howard back. It's worth at least 400.
They are quite rare. I managed to get an ice in front of R&D, by the way.
Good job. Except you have some downward-facing dogs in your discard pile there.
Yeah, I did discard one card because I drew up some cards with Jackson. So Garion thinking about what to do now.
So
yes.
Is he developing more for his tournament application? What's in store next for Team Garion?
We have to clarify for people who don't know Garion yet, because I've played against Garion a couple of times already. Garion is the guy who develops all those sweet apps on the store for Netrunner. One of them is NRTM, Netrunner Tournament Manager, and the other one is NetDeck. And he's working on NetDeck a lot right now. He's working on a lot of expansions, and he's always fixing bugs and like fixing UI issues with the Netrunner Tournament Manager. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's another app coming up. I think he might have like a card viewing app in store or something.
Oh, that's fun. I wonder how he'd get around all of the copyright issues that might be associated with such a thing.
Well, the way he gets around them is that those apps are free. So he ran on R&D and ran on HQ. On HQ he found an ash. I didn't rest either of those ices there.
I think you're baiting him. What's your game plan here?
Well, I'm trying to set up my defenses. I think right now I am having very little ice. So that's why I got the Jackson out. Maybe I also had like some... I don't know if I had agendas on hand. I guess if I had agendas on hand, I would have rest the ice. So I decided just to draw up cards with Jackson and get some ice to set up servers. Mm-hmm. So for example, now I'm building a server, and that's going to be like maybe there's EVE campaign inside or something that will give you money. And I'm drawing even more cards with Jackson, getting all those cards.
You gotta mill yourself out of an iceless situation.
Iceless situation, indeed. Garion, lucky finds.
Oh, look at this.
Something.
I found it.
I found it on the street. It's money. I found this bundle of money on the street. Look at me, how lucky I am.
With Oracle May around, I'm sure that this lucky find is as dangerous as a sure gamble.
He doesn't have Oracle May.
I'm saying metaphorically.
Oh, I see. He runs on that server there, and he finds a Viper. So there's 2 traces going on. Trace 3, not making those traces stronger. He has to pay himself.
How excited you are!
Yeah, I'm super excited because this is not a very fast start for this game, and I really want to like stabilize and everything. Okay, he loses a click, and I'm thinking about how much to tax him with a second trace. I know there is an EVE campaign inside. Thinking.
EVE Online campaign.
Right, I increased it by 2, so he had to spend enough money so he cannot trash EVE campaign anymore. But now I don't have enough money to res EVE campaign. So, give and take. And he, of course, has enough. What is What are you laughing about, Nick? What are you laughing about?
Would he? Okay, this is a question.
Yeah.
This is a development question right here.
Yeah.
Would he have spent more money trashing the EVE campaign than he would have matching your trace to access the card?
I think he would have spent more money if I don't know. Yes, if I wanted to tax his money, then I could have let him through and let him trash the EVE campaign. But I want to kind of keep the EVE campaign because I want to have the money from the EVE campaign.
I know, but you can't res it now, and he can get through the Viper, so he's just going to get rid of it.
Look, I now installed an ICE, gotten credit, and then hedge funded. So now I have enough money to res EVE campaign and enough money to pump enough stuff in the traces to keep him out of the EVE campaign.
Look,
so yeah.
All I'm saying right now is that you're a noob. That's it.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nick. He plays a very interesting character I haven't seen, especially like in Anarchs. I haven't seen a lot, which is Special Delivery.
Ah.
Is it special delivery? Something delivery.
I need to pull up my Ono Sendai.
Anyway, he draws 4 cards and gets to keep one of them, and all 3 other cards get down at the bottom of the deck again. No, get mixed back in the deck, and the deck gets shuffled. All right, so now I rest my Eve campaign. Man, Eve campaign is always so awkward because you have to put like all those tokens on each campaign. Mm-hmm. Like 14 tokens on there.
It isn't special delivery.
Special delivery?
No, it's not.
It's not. Something delivery. There's special order and something delivery. I always mix up the two.
Let's see. Express delivery? It is express delivery.
Of course.
Look at the top 4 cards of your stack and add one of those cards to your grip.
It is, of course, express delivery because Express Tenma is on that card. Alright, look at me, growing my ice wall even more now that I have all this money coming in every turn.
Now that you're toward the center of the mat there, the violet is definitely... I feel like I'm at a Lakers game.
Yeah. Getting credits. Have to money up because there's all this unrest ice, and that ice will have to be rest at some point.
Alright, so... Yeah, yes. I'll admit, your Eve campaign thing has paid off.
Well, not yet. Not yet. At some point it will. Of course, there is also one aspect as well. Of course, now they didn't really make sense, but like keeping him out is also a very good thing because I always get like those... how is it called again? Successful demonstration. And that's always a good thing, you know. If I can keep them out, then I can always sometimes get money for this. Of course, now I haven't kept him out with a trace. I just taxed him enough so he couldn't trash stuff. But generally, I often will do like really crazy plays just to get like a huge payoff in a turn afterwards.
How did he? Oh, that's Noise's thing, isn't it?
Yes, he trashed something because he installed Crypsis. Now he runs on archives to see if he trashed something that is actually important for him, and there is an Eli there. Ooh. And he just decides to jack out.
But he's got a Crypsis token. Come on, just do it.
And there we go. I kept him out.
Oh my god!
2 successful demonstrations, 1 restructure. So 15 credits in 1 turn.
Bam!
15 credits in 1 turn, Nick.
Haas Bioroid.
Like a bouse. And that's really annoying for the runner because you feel like you make like the biggest mistake on earth, right? Like, oh no, why did I jack out? No! But you couldn't have known, right? Like maybe you could have run on HQ and saw those cards, but what do? Like it's very difficult to have like a game where you never have an unsuccessful run.
Yeah. I always like when the game situation matches like the game mechanics. Because like, in Magic the Gathering, it's like, look at all of my giant creatures. But that never really happens. But in this one, it's like, no, I probably shouldn't. No!
Now the corporation is gloating because they kept me out, and that was just a mistake of mine. He gets out an imp.
Man, he's getting his combo out.
I don't know what exactly he's trying to do, to be perfectly honest. Going in with Crypsis and trashing things with imp. Of course, now he could run on Eve campaign, but now it's very, very late for him to get in there.
And it would be a waste of an imp token to get rid of an Eve campaign.
Also, he doesn't have too much money, just 4 credits. Not a lot. Alright, installing a card, advancing something. Damn.
Team Garion is struggling under the sheer weight of the bureaucracy of Hospiroroid.
Alright, he gets his final monies from his code busting, from his being a Reddit moderator.
What?
No, wait, what was it again? What would he say was... Oh, wait, he installs a knight on that bastion and runs on this.
Oh, is he white knighting for Zoe Quinn?
No, I think it was Stack Overflow where he was working.
Ah, okay.
He managed to steal that
NAPD contract.
NAPD contract.
Ooh, even though Team Garion is struggling, Team Garion is winning.
Yeah, Team Garion is doing astonishingly well with the minimal setup he's has going on here right now. But he has no money, so huge scoring window for me. And I have a lot of money. I'm drawing up cards with Jackson. I'm really looking for something that I can get in there.
What if it's revealed in the next expansion that the director of Wayland is actually Jackson Howard?
I don't think this will happen, Nick.
Come on, I can dream.
Okay, the Jackson and Jack Wayland are the same. They both start with J.
Yeah, they both start with J. J is a letter in the alphabet. Obvious.
So I guess, Nick, you should start doing like a Photoshop collage of different posts.
The world is yours? Come on!
Hashtag,
Dinosaurs?
Hashtag JacksonGate. The corporations are corrupt. They're not reporting properly on their sysops. All right. What is going on there? What? Oh, all right. Gereon managed to play one of those Armitage code bustings in his archives. But he realized, luckily, and of course, I'm completely sitting in a glass house of mistakes like this, with my agendas being scored into archives and stuff like that. So I'm not going to throw any stones.
I'm going to throw a stone. No. Octagon keeps me honest.
Yeah. Octagon is my wingman. Weird situation for me right now because I have all this ice, but so far he was able to get in all of those servers.
That's the joy of Crypsis.
Alright, installing an ice in front of that scoring server and installing something inside that scoring server. Is that an agenda?
Things are happening.
Is that my feminist agenda, Nick?
It is Depression Quest 2.
Social justice agenda. Well, I guess the corporations are fighting for social injustice, right? Does it mean that anarchs are basically social justice warriors?
I think that really, when it comes down to it, everyone is a social justice warrior.
Or at least they think they are.
Yeah.
Garion gets money from Armitage code busting and sure gambles.
You know who we haven't seen in forever? My favorite runner. Wizard.
Wizard.
Wizard is so far out of favor now, he will never be back.
Oh, as we're recording this, there has been a new Anarch runner that has been introduced, which is Quetzalcoatl. I'm scoring accelerated beta test, ladies and gentlemen. I'm scoring, and I'm using it. I am not afraid to use it.
Do it. Do it.
I'm drawing 3 ice and 3 cards, and if there's ice in there, I can install it and res it immediately for free. Oh, damn!
This is the 8-cost Octo.
Oh man,
Octo booth.
What? Only toll booths and 2 other cards being discarded. Ouch.
This is the Octo booth.
Not really sure where to put that agenda.
Just put it on Garion's stack.
Alright, I'm putting it there on top of my box there. I'm using up a lot of space here right now. Space
monkeys.
Yes, so this was I don't know, would you consider this a successful accelerated beta test?
If there's 1 ice in there, yes.
If it's 8 strength, 8 cost ice.
8 strength, 8 cost, 8.
Shut up! 5 strength, 8 cost. Nick, I'm cringing right now.
Oh, so cringy.
Alright, he runs on my R&D, and there is an Eli.
I need to start writing about the gamer cringe.
Yeah. Cringe gate. He does... What does he? Clicks through, I think? No, he... Yeah,
Whoa!
Whoa! He finds another toll booth.
Another octobooth.
Losing all that money, can't break it anymore. No R&D for you this time, sir.
8 ways in, 8 ways out. All of it costs $8.
Getting money from Armitage, and it is my turn. Hedge funding up, because God knows I don't have enough money now. After raising a toll booth, that was a financial hit.
Yeah. Oh, that hedge fund's just gonna hang out in the middle of the table. Oh, okay.
Oh, successful demonstration! Hey! Woo! Man, I'm introducing a new iPhone. And I'm installing something in 4th row, because I'm HB and why not?
Ice is our business.
Of course, 4th row is basically 3rd row for HB, because you get 1 credit whenever you install, so everything is like, every install is 1 credit cheaper always. He's making sure that the cards that are lying there is actually my hand, and not like cards installed in the server.
I was going to say, that was going to be really sneaky if you did that. I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, by the way, all of this was installed there. Hedge fund and... I installed a hedge fund on the server. Happened in the Nationals.
Did it really?
Yeah, Roy did a mistake and had to forfeit 1 game because of this.
5-click Roy?
Yeah, 5-click Roy installed something in the server and turned out to be an operation.
Oh, poor Roy. Poor
Roy was very, very distracted that day, I feel.
Hungover, tired, drunk. All these
and he still managed to be top 1 in the Swiss. I mean, that's amazing. Installing
With
a
5 clicks, I would hope so.
Installing a card in that server, advancing it twice. If that's not an agenda, I don't know what. Garion has a lot of money.
He has $4.
8 money.
Oh, he has $8.
Yeah, but it is, I don't know, is it 8 or one of them might be a 1 credit coin? You can't tell by colors.
I hate those chits.
It might be 7. So yeah, I don't know if he has enough money to get in that server. Of course, he has only 1 token on Crypsis, so again, okay, putting more tokens on Crypsis. He runs on my HQ.
He runs on your mans.
There is an Inazuma. Damn, son. Damn, son. 5 strength code gate. Ouch. If he doesn't break it, he cannot break any subroutines anymore, and he cannot check out. So, this is a stressful situation.
It's going to be an expensive situation.
Well, you know, again, if there's something behind it that he cannot break anymore, then... Well, first of all, he has to break this once, at least, to continue the run. If he doesn't break it, then he's at my mercy. He doesn't break it. And he finds the victor. So the victor now does 1 brain damage and ends the run. He cannot break this, he cannot click through it, nothing.
Brains.
Not the worst card behind Inazuma, but still, like, 1 brain damage is hurts a lot, and breaking this is very expensive. 5 strength code gate is nothing to laugh at.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Crypsis, it's like 5-6 credits to just get through Inazuma, so you may break the ice afterwards now. Alright, getting out. There she is, Nick, there she is. Your favorite.
Katie?
Yes.
Oh, Katie! And it's all art Katie. Oh.
All art Katie Jones. Katie Jones, you click her once, she gets money. Alright, and I score an agenda, which is priority requisition, so I can now res an ice for free. I decide to res that ice, which is an Ichi 1.0.
How much? 3 times Katie Jones for $24.99? Oh, it's 1 for 25.
Those are getting very, very expensive now because they aren't printed anymore in the recent kits. They were very early on printed. So if you were the hipsters and liked Netrunner before it was cool, you got one of those. The Garion installs a Parasite on the ice behind Inazuma. Very smart move, because if there is no ice behind Inazuma anymore, Inazuma is useless. So by just killing one ice, he basically destroys 2 ice. Watch and learn, Nick. Strategy.
So this is some high-level stuff going on in this game, I tell you what.
I'm telling you. Alright, so he gets another Armitage Codebusting. Before drawing cards, I'm using Jackson. I assume I'm getting out the agendas that were in my discard pile. So I can get a 3rd agenda, so I can win this game. Because my servers look fairly secure. He really needs a ton of money to get through in that scoring server.
Yeah.
And he's really setting up slowly, and I really need to exploit the scoring window I have right now. Because if I just wait a couple of turns, then he will be able to get with Katie, and with those Armitage Coldbusting, he will get enough money, and he will be able to break into that server, maybe. We don't know what other ice is in there.
But you should know what ice is in there.
I forgot, man. I forgot.
Come on, this is back in July. How could you forget?
You have to keep in mind, it's probably cheaper than 5.
Yeah.
Because I used priority acquisition, and I of course used priority acquisition on something that is already expensive, because it's for free then, right? So the other ice is probably cheaper than 5, which I would have to pay for it.
Is this the deck you gave me so that you could play a deck with an Atman at strength level 4 and just destroy everything?
Yes. This is indeed a weakness of this deck's Atman strength level strength 4, but the Gereon didn't choose to do this. So whatever. I installed a card in that server with where previously was Eve campaign, and I installed another ice in front of Inazuma. Sadly, Inazuma soon will become. I probably should have trashed Inazuma at this point.
Man, 4-cost Atman, bunch of jerks.
All right, Garion has an express delivery going on. He's looking for a key card in his combo. Looking for a thing. I think he's got it, Nick. What do you think is he looking for?
Maybe not another imp. He needs something.
I think he needs something to break things. I think Crypsis. Do you think Crypsis is enough?
Crypsis is good, but it costs so much.
Yeah, I think he's looking maybe for something more specific to break things. Or maybe something like Keyhole. Oh, Data Sucker is also good.
Data Sucker is good. Because he's about to be able to get through.
You might be able to get through to HQ soon. He also always can run on Archives, but yeah. I don't have Jackson Howard out. Oh, there we go. There's the Jackson Howard.
We spoke of the devil.
So now, of course, if there's agendas in Archives, I can save them before they get stolen. I'm playing a restructure. He gets a token on that Parasite. That Parasite is eating through that Victor. And when Victor gets to strength 0, it gets trashed. And Inazuma becomes ineffective. And then there's just one ice protecting HQ. Yes. So he runs on HQ. I am using Jackson Howard, I guess. So I'm saving a Jackson from the Archives with Jackson.
Good call.
How does that work, Nick? How can a Jackson rescue another Jackson?
Jackson Howard is the Kwisatz Haderach. So...
The what? The Takarak?
The Kwisatz Haderach.
What is that?
The ultimate being from Dune. He is Paul Atreides.
Ah, I see.
I didn't know you weren't a Dune fan. Oh man.
I'm not a Dune fan. I saw the movie.
Oh.
And I played the game.
Playing the game. Wait,
Playing
which
the video game?
The board game is probably one of my favorite board games ever.
Dune 2, of course. I was into RTS before. It was cool. All right. After that Jackson thing, Garion still has one click left, and he clicks Katie Jones. Katie Jones has a lot of money on her going on right now. All right, I'm trashing that ice there, which kills the Parasite, and I'm trashing the other ice. I'm trashing Inazuma as well. We're not sure if it's allowed, if you're allowed to trash 2 ice, and the answer is yes, you are allowed to trash 2 ice. But of course, you are only allowed to trash ice if you are at the same time installing something.
Yeah.
And I'm installing something.
Nice rules.
Of course, I trashed that ice because it wasn't useful anymore, and it was, and keeping it there would just increase the install costs for that server, so I just trash it and rebuild the server from scratch, and then I play Restructure. Keeping my money up as I'm waiting for the agendas to flood in, hopefully at some point in the future. Garion draws a card. Gets out a clone chip.
Clone chip.
Now he clone chip Parasites. Not good. And also he has Data Sucker. Ugh. This is becoming a very filthy combo.
Yeah. Come on, parasite that toll booth. Parasite it.
I think parasiting is a little bit optimistic. It with strength 5, it will take some time to eat through.
Time.
I don't think he has that much time, you know.
That's true.
He needs to score fast because I am at 5 points. I just need 2 points to win the game. He still needs 5 himself. Runs on that new server. What do they have in stock for him? No res on the first ice.
No res. Oh.
Res on the second. Oh, Heimdall! Woo!
Oh yeah!
Heimdall. Everybody is having a Heimdall party.
We gotta perform the Heimdall maneuver.
Heimdall coming queen. Alright, he takes a brain damage. He pays. Oh, wow, look at this. Whoa.
He is paying the iron price.
He broke it with all those money, and he doesn't have the money to pay to break all of this, so he spends all his money and gets a brain damage. But he's through, so I'm thinking about whether to. Yes, I rest the rotor turret. Oh, now he doesn't have any money anymore. Oh,
rough.
Foo, Crypsis is trashed. Oh man, what a unfortunate run for Garion there.
That's worse than an interception.
Oh man. Garion was counting that the last ice was something I couldn't address or something that wasn't harmful. Sadly.
Always bet on the rotor turret.
And now, of course, now that he's all exposed, I'm installing 2 cards and 2 servers. One of them might be an agenda. We don't know. Looks bad for Garion at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
What would you do at this point, Nick?
I think I would say, good job, Krystian. Let's go get another beer. GG.
He just got money on his turn. Creating a new server. Oh, so I guess that wasn't agenda after all? Oh, damn.
Unless you're just putting down sinister choices for him.
I'm just agenda starved. If that was a 2-3 agenda, I would have scored it, right? So, no, a 3-2 agenda. So I guess it wasn't an agenda, and I guess it wasn't like a big agenda either, so because I wouldn't have pre-advanced it. So, yeah, no agendas probably.
You need a better place to put your cards when you're not using them.
Yeah, it's like with this kind of deck where you have so many remote servers, it's kind of challenging to have a good place to put stuff. Garion contemplating his situation. He got some money. At the end of the turn, he parasites. What did he parasite it? He parasites interestingly, the Viper. He wants to access that card behind the Viper. What do you think it is?
I think it is an Ash. No.
Could be.
Could be an Ash.
Like preparing an Ash there for... Could be a money asset. Could be also maybe another Jackson Howard. Although I think we haven't seen all of them yet. Oh, he gets out the Crypsis. Sweet recovery. Sick recovery, bro.
On Jove.
And I have to trash another card. He's milling me a little bit, but not really exploiting the Noise's ability the way we saw it in regionals, of course, because again, this is before the regionals, before Cash came out. Noise is still quite tame compared to what we saw in the regionals. Alright, there's a Jackson. We have a Jackson and a server up there.
Oh, it's your final Jackson.
Not many cards left in my R&D, funny enough.
No.
Really looking for those agendas. What do I do now? Oh, I have to build another server? No way. No way. Oh damn! I'm building another server. It's up there in the corner. It's kind of even difficult to... Yeah, I just installed an ice there. I didn't have any clicks for anything else. Man, this board setup is getting complicated. He gets all his money from Armitage.
This is as bad as the deck I played against you not too long ago.
He seems to have troubles doing anything useful, but... Oh, I think he went over MU. He has to trash something. He trashes the imp. Alright, so I have to mill another card.
Oh man. You have like 5 cards left?
Nah, there's not many
3
left. Yeah, I'm realizing now that there's not much time left.
I hope you can score quickly.
Yeah, I guess I hope so too, right?
So, if he tries to mill you with Noise's ability and you cannot mill, do you lose automatically?
I think I only lose at the beginning of my turn. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
He gets out a clone chip. By the way, that was a good foresight out of that you just did. That he did in fact parasite the toll booth. All right, I'm using Jackson Howard
To get a few more rounds in your deck.
I'm rescuing the agendas out of my archives because I really want to draw an agenda. I guess I'm really not drawing the agenda I need. Not sure if I accidentally maybe shuffled Jackson Howard back into the deck. There's just so much chaos going on the board right now. Maybe there's a Jackson Howard.
4 Jackson Krystian.
So it's 7 cards left now. Now it's 6 left. All right, install advanced. It was an agenda I just drew. Whew. Parasite's eating. Garion really struggling here. Will he be able to keep me at bay long enough for me to trash all those cards?
That is a mighty server too.
And just 6 cards left though.
I hope it's Caprice Nice, isn't it?
I know my deck list is probably an Ash. It's probably an Ash and a large agenda.
Another Data Sucker.
Data Sucker card being trashed.
Why would he trash a Data Sucker for another Data Sucker?
He wanted to mill me. Just installed it to mill me. And he doesn't have the MUs. And then he cannot run on this server, so that's the game. That's the last agenda, ladies and gentlemen. I win. I'm winning.
You won! Poor Gary.
What did you think about the game, Nick?
I enjoyed this game. I have been enjoying Netrunner games a lot more lately.
I really like this deck. It's a really straightforward Netrunner deck. If you can keep the runner out, you feel really like a powerful corporation because all your servers are tight.
My also
you're swimming in money.
Haas has always been, I really enjoy making puzzles for the runner to get through, and then I forget that I should also play agendas. Yeah. Like in this case, I was struggling to get my third agenda out because there was just no agenda I was drawing. Of course, the deck has very low agenda density, so that's what it's trying to do. Yeah.
But sometimes you get the exact opposite. You have a scoring window, but you don't have an agenda that you could score, which is very frustrating. All right, so before we go, I want to point out that Garion has 2 exciting apps on the App Store, and you should check them out. The one is Netrunner Tournament Manager NRTM, and the other one is NetDeck. The first one is for organization of Netrunner tournaments, small ones to big ones, from 6 players, 4 players to 80 players, whatever. It all works for everything. And the other one is for deck building, and it actually plugs into the Netrunner DB database. So,
which, coincidentally, Netrunner database, if you use this playing and you love this thing, consider donating to the Netrunner database. They have been having some serious bandwidth issues lately. Or actually, no, it's server issues. They're having read-write limitations. They are growing very, very fast, and again, Garion works with them. His apps are for free, but if you like those apps, then you should also consider donating to his cause, because he's a very cool guy and is doing this really just because he's very passionate about this game. Give all the money to all of the Netrunner things. That's really what we're saying.
All of the awesome people supporting this game and really enjoying it, and I hope you will enjoy it next time when we meet.
Wait.
What?
So what you're saying is that together with Garion and your iPad, you can hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
You caught me off guard there. You did well. You did well, son.